Expected to be full by tomorrow, by Friday, headed into the weekend. We had a doctor on last hour, Dr. McCary on Outnumbered, Kellyanne, who said that they are splitting ventilators. I'm going to drill down with doctors later this hour to see what that means and can they be repurposed and what that does with such high contagion. But all of this speaks to what you were talking about. This is a medical emergency. How does the president meet that and also face the headwind of what's coming in the economy?
We've been working around the clock, and when I say we, beginning with the president, the vice president, the task force, obviously FEMA is very heavily involved now, running the response as FEMA does. And I just heard Administrator Pete Gaynor tell the nation's governors and mayors and territory and tribal leaders that FEMA is there, but first your local counties and cities have to go to the state first because we're dealing with the states. And then you go to your 10 FEMA regional administrators to answer your questions. They are surging supplies. In fact, he made clear that we are acquiring supplies overseas. We're acquiring supplies from state to state, and that we do want our anesthesiologists, our critical care medicine, our clinics, everyone, the hospitals to take account of maybe what they do have so we can have a piece of information, better data about what exists. In the last 2 days alone, 4,400 ventilators have been sent by FEMA to the state of New York. We know that the governor there has said he needs more and more, as do other states. We are trying to go to the places most in need, where we see those clusters that are there and growing. I do think it's very disappointing that the mayor of New York City himself was riding the subway on March 5th and telling people to go out in the town on March 2nd. Kellyanne, I'm going to stop you on the politics. Well, it's not politics. It's that we have a very dire situation in New York City. That is not politics. I think it was politics to say go out in the town. We do have a dire situation. We do have a dire situation. But that's why look, I think this unanimously passed in the Senate is the point. It's bipartisan. Frankly, it's nonpartisan, Harris. We haven't talked about politics here in a very long time at the White House. This is nonpartisan. People are suffering, which is why this is the third of three. This is the third of three economic relief packages that this president is signing to give that direct relief. And I'm very happy that the Congress and the Senate have come together in a bipartisan, bicameral way to do what? In addition to everything else in this package, over $100 billion in direct relief to those hospitals and healthcare workers. They are the heroes. They're out in the front line, and they can't telework. They can't take a day off. They're there overtime. We want to make sure
100%.
that they've got the personal protective equipment. I was happy to see, well, more relieved, I should say, to see the governor of New York today say in his press conference that they have PPE immediate needs. They have it for the immediate term. So as, again, we take those inventories and we surge our supplies, we are working overtime to do that.
All right, real quickly, is there a discussion in the White House